Richard, first of all.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the Gamescom.
Thank you.
How has been the vibe been for you so far?
It's early. It's the first day. The public haven't arrived yet, so it's actually quite calm. Tomorrow and Friday, I kind of refuse to be in the halls because it's just insane. Because there's just, this hugely passionate audience in Germany that want to come and find out all the cool things that are happening in the industry. So it's great.
That's amazing. It's going to be really packed later on, trust me.
Incredibly busy, yes.
Really going to be very busy. So I have a question for you. So you had some one-on-ones earlier, and I wanted to ask what is like your main takeaway from the one-on-ones that you had so far?
I mean, the main takeaway from it is, I've been doing this for 37 years, so most of the people I meet with probably haven't been on the planet that long, but they're the future of the industry. And, half of what I do now and spend my time doing is trying to help up-and-coming developers find, a path to make success in the industry and become the next generation of talent. And it's, it's inspiring to hear people who love games as much as I have done for a very long time and want to contribute back to the world and give games to the world and entertain people.
That's such a sweet thing to say. Honestly, 37 years?
37 years.
That's
I wrote my
insane.
first game when I was 16.
Oh my
And
God.
I went to work for a company called Domark, who became IDOS later on, when I was 17. So
That's insane.
it's taken me around the world and it's shown me new places. I live in Los Angeles now and have done for 27 years. So it takes you places. It's fabulous. It's fabulous.
That's so nice. I mean, you just mentioned the gaming industry, so I have a question. What is one thing that is overhyped in the game industry, and what would you say is maybe a little underhyped?
I think we're on an interesting journey with AI, but I'd be very cautious about thinking that the world is going to be solved by AI. Underhyped is always fun. People try and make things more complex than they need to be. At the end of the day, our job is to entertain people, and people like to have fun. If you can get a fun game out there, you're helping the world, and people are enjoying what you do.
These are very true words. So I have one last question for you. So what is the best advice that you have received when you started off and would give it to the next generation?
Well, when I started off, it was a different world. We were selling games still in jiffy bags, and publishers were total crooks. Well, that hasn't changed too much. I think the greatest bit of advice is take things a step at a time. You have
Take
to
it
learn
slow.
to walk before you can run. And, it doesn't matter what scale that's at, whether you're a small independent just starting out or you're a veteran AAA development team. We've seen so many development teams over the last 5 years fall apart and crash because they tried to build a magnum opus as their first game when they've just formed a studio. The most important thing you can ever do is ship a game. It doesn't matter how big it is, it doesn't matter how complex it is, it doesn't matter if it's successful or not, learn how to ship a game. Give it to the audience, find a reaction and see if people like it. If they like it, do it again. And become a specialist in what you do, because people try and jump around different genres, but if you really love doing RPGs, make RPGs. And then get better at it and better at it. When you look at companies like Larian, who are now incredibly successful, Sven loved RPGs. He went and made Divinity Original Sin, and it did okay. But then he said, you know what, I love this, I'm going to do another one. And so he did Original Sin 2. And it was bigger and more successful, and that led them to Baldur's Gate 3. And so doing what you do, specializing, iterating, you'll just get better at what you do. Like anything in life. You don't ask a tennis player to go and play football. So
That's
if you
true.
want to make a certain type of game, make that game and get better and better at it.
That's an amazing advice that I'm personally going to take to heart as well. So thank you so much for
You're
your time.
welcome.
I
I'm so
appreciate it
brief.
so much. And I hope you have such an amazing time at Gamescom now.
Likewise. I love
Thank
being here
you.
in Cologne. It's lovely.